one of those teams that go on a run and, play the Pittsburgh Penguins in the Stanley Cup final. I mean, that would be a great storyline, seeing Fleury versus his old team.
Like Jason Tatum. So, Boston not only won that deal, but they got a possible superstar in Jason Tatum.
All right, we are live on the Doug Saravo Show, which is brought to you by Stutz Betting. Bet like Michael Lepore. Jeffrey Byrnes is back on the show. Jeffrey, how are you?
I'm doing fantastic. I don't know whether it's late March or early January with this weather. It's driving me nuts today. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I know. We're both in sweatshirts.
Sweaters. I saw snow coming down. I mean, I'm like, what's going on here? This is not how spring is supposed to start.
Yeah, I was driving home from the Devil game yesterday. It was snowing on the turnpike. I was like, give me a break.
I mean, it's like, can we just get through winter already? I mean, what
I know it's been a disaster over winter. Too cold, but once the cold weather disappears, baseball season is here.
Thank God. This lockout went on for way too long. I thought this deal should have gotten done back in late 2021, early January, but luckily they did get it done, so now we don't have to worry about it anymore. And baseball's starting up in about a week and a half.
Too much drama.
Way too much drama.
But I'm looking forward to it. I think the Mets are going to look good. I think Yankees are going to have a nice fourth-place finish.
I'm not saying you're wrong there. I think, first, when it comes to the Mets, I think the expectations for them this season are very high. They obviously Buck Showalter coming over now as the new manager. You got Max Scherzer now as your pitcher to go along with Jacob deGrom. Without question, the best 1-2 combination in baseball. You got free agent additions like Starling Marte out in center field, and this I don't see any reason why this Mets team cannot definitely has to do better than last season.
Oh, for sure.
They absolutely have to be considered NL East favorites. So let's go. This is their time. They made the moves. Let's get going.
Yeah, they got a great manager now in Buck.
Buck is quite possibly their best manager, in my opinion, since Willie Randolph, because he has the experience. He knows what it's like to
don't think Terry Collins was a great manager?
Well, yeah, true. Terry Collins was very good. Did take him to a World Series. But ultimately, how it ended between them and Terry Collins, I mean, same thing Willie Randolph, but ultimately, at the end of the day, you got an experienced manager in Buck Showalter, which is something you haven't had with the previous couple managers. You got a guy who has helped built up teams. He was manager of the Yankees before they went on their dynasty run. He was manager of the Diamondbacks before they won their World Series 2001. So he knows how to build a team and how to get them to a playoff run. So if you're a Mets fan, you should be very excited with what you're seeing right now.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Again, if you're just joining us, you got Jeffrey Byrnes. You can call us at 732-806-1911, or if you have my personal number, you can call me on that number. Tweet us at Real Doug Saravo, at Jeff Byrnes 96, or follow us on all social media, Saravo Broadcasting. Send in your questions, send in your thoughts. We're taking your calls, we're taking your tweets, we're taking everything. Give us your thoughts. If you have an opinion on Luke Falk, send it to us. Opinion on Baker Mayfield. But actually, before we do Major League Baseball predictions, now that I bring up Baker Mayfield, remember this, Jeffrey, that you and I discussed way back in 2018?
I mean, I've heard comparisons to Johnny Manziel.
Oh my God!
And I mean,
I've been hearing that a lot too.
Give me a break.
No, Jeff, I've been hearing that a lot.
Yes,
too.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. First of all, has Johnny Manziel made mistakes in the past? Yes, obviously. But listen, Johnny Manziel
They're both
has
the same type of quarterback, Jeff.
Yes, but Johnny Manziel has problems. Like a lot of problems, like drug, alcohol problems.
I know that.
Yeah, Baker Mayfield is different. He's going to grow. He's going to mature.
Yeah, but they're both those small type of quarterbacks that don't have success in the National Football League.
Really? That's so. Listen, did you know that Russell Wilson is smaller than Baker Mayfield? How's that going for him?
He had Marshawn Lynch.
So what?
He had Marshawn Lynch.
So Baker Mayfield goes.
Where have they
to a
been
team.
the last 2 years, Seattle?
Where have they been? They've been to the playoffs. Well,
This year?
This year, no, they haven't been to the playoffs. Obviously,
Yeah, they've been one and done. And now Russell is in Denver. And Baker could be on his way out of Cleveland.
How ironic would it be if Baker Mayfield got traded to Seattle?
After the
we said that- after saying
conversation
that,
we
yeah.
had, that would be fun. That would be interesting.
Here's what I'll say about Baker Mayfield. So clearly it has not panned out in Cleveland. Obviously,
Neither did Odell, let's be honest.
I mean, to Odell's credit, he did kind of revitalize himself in Los Angeles.
Yeah, he did, for sure.
Did a good job over there.
For sure, he did.
Unfortunately, suffered an ACL injury. But look, when it comes to Baker Mayfield, to his credit, I will say this about him. He did take the Browns to the playoffs, to help take the Browns to the playoffs, and did get them their first playoff win in over, I believe, 20 years. So it's not like it was a complete, total failure. However, I mean, once the reports start coming out, I believe somebody from ESPN came out and said they needed a total adult in the room. I mean, you knew the relationship was over. So as far as Baker Mayfield goes, it's going to be really interesting to see where he goes next, because clearly Cleveland's got Deshaun Watson now. All that whole controversy. I mean, the crazy contract that Cleveland gave Deshaun Watson. I mean, to me, it's mind-boggling how big a contract is. But anyway, there are teams such as the Seattle Seahawks. I mean, I don't think they want to go into the season with Drew Lock as their starting quarterback, right?
I don't think so.
I believe. I might.
No offense to Drew Lock.
Yeah, nothing against Drew Lock, but he's not like he's not good. I'm sorry, he's just not good. But yeah. So as far as Baker Mayfield goes, it's like Seattle, I think, could be the only realistic team that could trade for him, because just keep in mind, Cleveland did pick up his 5th-year option, so they're on the books for $18 million. And I don't know if there's a team out there that's willing to trade for that contract. So, I mean, I've seen, like, you could be of the opinion, hey, maybe keep Baker Mayfield and maybe have him start in case, Deshaun Watson is suspended for like 4, 5, 6 games because of his off-the-field problems. But I think that relationship's just beyond repair at this point. I think he's gone. Where he goes next is anybody's guess. Could be Seattle. Could be
New York.
Could be New York. I mean, I don't know about that. I mean, depends. Jets or Giants?
Giants.
Of course, yeah. Yeah, that's a whole nother conversation about the Giants, but we'll get to that later on. But is Baker Mayfield is Baker Mayfield possibly an upgrade over Daniel Jones?
I would think so.
He could.
But can he handle the pressure of New York? That's the thing. I mean, that's the key.
If he couldn't handle the pressure in Cleveland, you think he can handle the pressures of New York?
No.
Biggest media market in the world? A fan base that's sick and tired of losing? That's going to be the big question.
So we actually discussed this when we did this show 2 years ago at CSB on MessengerRadio.com. What if the Browns went out and took Saquon Barkley, and what if the New York Giants went out and selected Baker Mayfield? Would we be where we are today, struggling to find a franchise quarterback?
I think we could. I don't know exactly if we're in a different situation as far. I think we would have a lot more wins. I think certainly. You may remember I was a big Saquon fan back in 2018. Still am.
I think
I'm
we
rooting
all
for the
were.
guy. I mean, I'm rooting for the guy. But it's been a disaster. He had an unbelievable rookie season. I believe over 2,000 scrimmage yards.
Yeah.
Rushing and through the
That was
air.
a hell of a season for him.
It was an incredible season, but it's just been all downhill since.
Mm-hmm.
Between injuries, inconsistencies. I mean, the torn ACL, I think he had like the possible worst ACL injury you could possibly have.
Yeah.
And not to mention just the inconsistencies off the field. And looking at it now, I mean, they're regretting not taking a quarterback or a different player at the number 2 pick back in 2018.
Yeah, time will tell for sure. Again, if you're just joining us, this is the Doug Stravo Show, which is brought to you by Stutz Betting. Bet like Michael Lepore. We got Jeffrey Byrnes on the show. Today is Monday, March 28th, 2022. You have any thoughts? Call us at 732-806-1911. Tweet us at Real Doug Stravo, at Jeff Byrnes 96, or follow us on all your social media platforms at Stravo Broadcasting. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and then when we come back, we'll discuss the latest on the New Jersey Devils, and it's the same story. We'll be right back. All right, we are back on the Doug Serravo Show, which is brought to you by Stutz Betting. Bet like Michael Lepore. If you're looking at the headlines on the bottom of the screen, Kyrie Irving made his New York City debut after his vaccine mandate was dropped. Jack Hughes scored twice in the Devils' win. Final four is set. You got Duke to play North Carolina, Kansas to play Villanova, and Albert Pujols returns to St. Louis. And LeBron James reaches 39,000 career points. So what a career it's been for the King, despite his finals record. Let's discuss the New Jersey Devils, Jeffrey. Another disappointing season, but not for Jack Hughes. What are your thoughts on this Devils franchise, and where do we see us in the next year or two?
Well, yes, it was another very disappointing season. I mean, first off, the injury to Jack Hughes at the beginning of the season, like the second game of the season, did not help this team at all. He missed about a month and a half, and they really missed him. So,
Say the same for Dougie.
Exactly, the same thing. Dougie Hamilton, yeah, he's
Blackwood, Bernier.
Yeah, Blackwood's seriously. We need to have a conversation about Blackwood because right now I'm not a big fan at all of Blackwood. I think that in addition to being injured seemingly all the time, when he was playing this season, he wasn't very good. Wasn't very good at all.
Agree.
And I think this Devils team needs to realize, hey, who knows if this guy truly is the future or not? Because in addition to his consistencies, you had Nico Dawes, who he's looked okay. I mean, he hasn't been like completely great, but
played more games than he should be playing.
Played more games than he should have. I mean, he's been okay. He hasn't been too bad.
Yeah.
John Giles, I mean, he stinks. Yeah, he doesn't have a
Gillis, what a goalie.
So, realistically, this offseason, the Devils, I think they have to consider trading for a goaltender, like a high-priced goaltender.
Well, here's the problem with the goaltending situation. We rushed Blackwood, and that's not his fault. That's not the ownership, whoever's fault it is. Going into, I think it was the 18-19 season, or 19-20, whatever it was expected that Corey Schneider and Mackenzie Blackwood were going to be the 1-2 guys. Corey was going to be the starter. And then we had a 4-0 lead against the Winnipeg Jets. What happened? We lost that game 5-4 in a shootout. Corey gets hurt, and Corey's career basically fell apart. So I think we got to solve this goaltending issue, and we got to make sure we have someone that stays healthy.
That's the problem. That's our biggest problem right there. Because if you look at this overall roster, it's not bad.
It's a playoff team in my mind.
We have a lot of young, talented players on this team. Here's the problem, though. Eventually, they're not going to be kids anymore. They're going to grow up.
Yeah.
They're going to be coming up for contracts. Luckily for the Devils, we did get a contract extension with Jack Hughes. He's locked up, I believe, for the next 8 years. So we're good on that part. Correct me if I'm wrong. Jesper Bratt, he's a free agent after this season, right?
Yeah.
So
I think he's an RFA, or they just extended him.
We got to get him locked up long term.
I think they did, actually. Let me double check.
Jesper Bratt has been unbelievable this season. You want to talk about a player who has, in my opinion, surprised a little bit? It's definitely been Jack Hughes. And Jesper Bratt.
All right, we got a phone call. Yeah. We have James from Montreal on the line. James?
Yes, I'm just wondering if Mackenzie Blackwood doesn't get healthy, nor does Nico Dawes develop into a good goaltender, which I don't think he will. I don't think he'll be the Devils' future league goalie. I don't really see anything special about him. And with Blackwood, he can be elite. I just think it's his injuries that are keeping him back. And do you guys think there's any good goalies out there that the Devils would trade for or sign next season?
Maybe Braden Holtby, but he hasn't been the same since he left Washington. So
nah, he hasn't.
Jeffrey, what do you think about this goaltender?
I mean, like I said, because you said the Blackwood is way too inconsistent. He's hurt too often. I mean, with Dawes, you may have something there, but I mean, he's so young and he's still too inexperienced in my opinion. You don't want to rush him like you did Blackwood. So I think they have no choice. I think they have to go out and trade for somebody. They have to go out, find a goaltender that can take you to the next level and be that bridge or be that long-term answer if you want to let this team go into the playoffs.
For sure.
Because at the end of the day, this team is going to have like PK Subban, I believe, comes off the books next season. So we're going to have a lot.
We got $9 million.
Space. So we should have plenty of cap space to go out and get a free agent goaltender. So honestly, going into the next season, Blackwood should not have the starting job, in my opinion. I think it should be a competition for the job.
Do they go after someone like Braden Holtby?
I wouldn't mind it. I mean, it gives you that veteran experience, veteran depth. Somebody that can be a challenge to Blackwood or Dawes. Braden Holtby would be a good option. Excuse me.
I'm looking up to see Brad's contract. All right, let's see. Yeah, I think he's an RFA.
Okay.
Yeah, 2-year deal. Yeah, he signed a 2-year, $5 million deal 2 years ago. $2 million. Yeah, so he's an RFA at the end of next year.
Yeah, next year. Okay.
So we got him for one more year, and then they got to work on the contract deal.
Well, here's the thing about the Devils right now. Obviously, the goaltender problem is the biggest situation for them. But overall, you have a team right now that I think is heading in the right direction.
Oh, I agree. I think this is going to be a team that
between Hughes, between Jesper Bratt, Dawson Mercer, I've really liked this kid, this young rookie. I think he's going to be another player that we could develop and be good for the future. 37 points is not bad for a rookie right now.
Yeah. So there are a lot of good free agents out there if we're looking to pay someone. I mean, $9 million is coming off the books for PK. Do you bring him back maybe for $2 million? I don't know.
I think he's washed.
But you got Claude Giroux, you got Evgeny Malkin, Chris Letang. Could give $5 million to Chris Letang, help out on the defense.
Chris Letang, I think, could be a good option.
Yeah, Johnny Gaudreau, Philip Forsberg, maybe bring in Dustin Brown as a veteran.
This might sound crazy. With the Devils, I mean, would they consider, even think about the possibility of signing a guy like Marc-Andre Fleury? Maybe give him like a 1-year deal or like a 2-year deal. Like,
I would, but would he want to play in New Jersey?
That's the thing, though. Would he want to play in New Jersey?
Lots of drama when he went to Chicago. So
that's true.
These are the goaltending free agents. And I'm just going to name who I think could have a job. You got Marc-Andre Fleury. You got Mikko Koskinen, Darcy Kemper, Thomas Greiss, Jaro Halak, Jonas Corposello, Corey Schneider. Maybe bring him back. See how he does.
Yeah, I don't know how Corey Schneider would be up to this point in his career. I mean, I feel like the injuries are starting to pile up, and I don't think it's just the same player.
They are. You got Braden Holtby, Martin Jones, Jack Campbell, Casey Day Smith.
Braden Holtby, I think certainly could be a very good option for if you can get him for the right price. I certainly would consider it.
You got John Gillis.
Ugh. No thanks. I've seen enough of Gillis. Listen, good kid, nice kid, but I just don't see it.
Yeah, I don't see it either. I don't want to have the same nonsense this year that we did last year.
Yeah, we've come to this point in the season way too often with this team over the last few years. I feel like we're close, but
no cigar.
Yeah, exactly. Close, no cigar. We take 2 steps forward, 5 steps back.
So Braden Holtby is going to be 33. If we look at his numbers the last few years, he played in 24 games, 21 games, 48 games. Goals against 3.67, 2.78. The last few years, his goals against has been over 2.5. So if the defense doesn't improve, could we see Braden Holtby being a New Jersey Devil?
I mean, yeah, like I said, yeah, sure. He brings veteran experience. He's somebody that, like, say, bring Blackwood back and he needs a night off or two. He's somebody that can come in, step up. He can give you a solid few games if you need to. So, like I said, I would not mind at all Braden Holtby coming in to help out the Devils team.
I think that's the option Tom Fitzgerald has to look at because you don't want to dry out Nico Dawes. You know, he's only 21 years old. You want to give him time to develop. You don't want him to be.
Yeah.
You
Because
don't
there
want him to
could
be
be
shut
something
down.
there with Nico Dawes. There
There
could
be,
So,
but he's still 21.
yeah, he's still too young, and he needs more time to develop. Because there have been games this year where he has been really good.
Yeah, that has. The Ranger game, he looked good.
He did look very good against the Ranger game. That entire Devils team looked very good.
Yeah,
against
the
Rangers
second
team.
period. That's
Yeah.
why my voice is so like out of it the last few days. So I was screaming so loud. I was like, yeah. Every time we scored, I was like, yeah. And then I was saying like Marty's better. I was saying like F the Rangers.
Because I went to the Devils Rangers game at the Garden back in early March, and
Poor guy.
I know, went with 5 family members who are all Ranger fans. I was the only
Poor
Devils
guy.
fan there. But Shesterkin was just on another planet that night.
Oh, I
mean,
bet.
Yeah, seeing him in person, like, I wish the Devils had somebody like that because
We did.
Yeah, we did.
He's up there with the cup.
Absolutely. Do we have that person now?
Nope.
Not even close.
We don't. So let's do some predictions. What's going to be the Stanley Cup winner this year?
Stanley Cup winner. I like Colorado. I think
I'm going with Pittsburgh.
Colorado, I think, is got a solid team right now. I think good depth, play defense very well.
I'm going with Pittsburgh, Florida, Colorado, and Minnesota in the Final Four.
Yeah, that's a good Final Four. Minnesota made a bunch of moves at the trade deadline.
Yeah, I think they could surprise a lot of people.
They just acquired Fleury, right?
Yeah, they did. They got MAF, Marc-Andre Fleury.
Yeah, that's can't get a better acquisition than that for starting goaltender help.
Yeah, especially for a team like Loire, they've been there. They just couldn't win those big playoff games because their goaltending wasn't legit.
And you had a guy like Fleury that he could definitely get you over the hump.
Yeah, look at Vegas.
Yeah, exactly. Just remember, too, though, Gerard Gallant led Vegas first year ever, went to the Stanley Cup Finals. Now he's in New York, and New York's looking really good right now. So
Right now.
So once the playoffs start, whole new season. So
And that's when we say adios.
we'll see.
That's when we say adios to the Ranger fans. And then that's when your brother gets back to reality.
Well, we'll see.
That's when he gets back to reality.
Oh, everybody's reality is different. So
we have much more to get to. Final Four, you got Duke playing North Carolina and Kansas to play Villanova. As you could tell, I yelled so much at the Devil Ranger game. That's how bad my voice is.
yeah, I can hear.
Yeah, I know, right?
Hey, listen, I don't blame you one bit. That was an exciting game.
For the season we've had.
Without question, our best game of the year. That was probably the most fun game I've seen all year.
Yeah, for sure. So we are adding a new series to Saravo Broadcasting. It's still technically the Doug Saravo Show, but what we're going to do is we're going to have a new show called, and you can find it on the playlist. It's a new show called Dougie's Political Talk. Debuted last week. We had Dan Francisco on. So I'm looking forward for Dougie's Political Talk. And as we take a quick commercial break, the intro for Dougie Political Talk will make its debut. We'll be right back. One of those teams that go on a run and, play the Pittsburgh Penguins in the Stanley Cup final. I mean, that would be a great storyline, seeing Fleury versus the old team.
Jason Tatum. So Boston not only won that deal, but they got a possible superstar in Jason Tatum.
All right, we are back on the Doug Saravo Show, which is brought to you by Stutz Betting. Bet like Michael Lepore. We got Jeffrey Byrnes back on the show. His last appearance was actually last September. We were talking about indoor dining, Major League Baseball trade deadline. Whit Merrifield is still in Kansas City. If you have any questions for us, you can call us at 732-806-1911. Tweet us at RealDougSaravo, at JeffBurns96, or follow us on all social media, Saravo Broadcasting. And you can follow us on all your podcast applications, YouTube and Facebook Live, Saravo Broadcasting, The Doug Saravo Show. This is the Doug Saravo Show, which is brought to you by Stutz Betting. Bet like Michael Lepore. The Final Four is underway next Saturday. So, Jeff, let's start with St. Peter's. What a run it was for the Jersey City guys.
That was an incredible run. I believe the first 15 seed to ever make it to the Elite Eight. That's a special accomplishment, man.
Yeah, it is.
Those guys. Listen, I understand the North Carolina game was that was a bad game for them. I understand that, but
Magic ended.
bad clock struck midnight for Cinderella. That's to say the least. But listen, they have nothing to be ashamed of. They made the state of New Jersey proud. They made a lot of fans in college basketball and the sports world in general. So, honestly, hats off to them. They have memories for the rest of their lives, so they can tell when they're much older. So, I mean, hey, listen, they got national exposure for just such a small school. So,
Made Jersey sports fans happy,
absolutely, yeah.
as Devil fans have been depressed the last 10 years.
A lot of New Jersey sports have not been great over the last 10 years, to say the least. But listen. St. Peter's really has a lot to be proud of, and Shanine Holloway, did a hell of a job.
Next
as
NBA
head
coach.
Yeah, he's looks like he's going to become the next head coach at Seton Hall now.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. The reports are coming out there. I mean, I'd say he's leaving for a bigger opportunity at Seton Hall.
Oh, for sure. And then he goes to the NBA, maybe.
Possibly. We'll see what he does at Seton Hall. Can he
That would
get
be cool.
program?
That would be good for them.
Yeah, can he get Seton Hall back to the promised land? We'll see. But listen, if you're St. Peter's, definitely keep your head high. You guys made a lot of people proud, especially the entire state of New Jersey.
So while we were at commercial, you were asking me what my Final Four was. I'm in the pool at the restaurant I used to work at. I'm in 28th of 28.
Oh my gosh!
I got 20.
What are you doing?
I got 25 points, and I got 20. I got 19 correct. But this was my Final Four. Remember a few years ago when I was like, Creighton was gonna go far, Xavier.
Yeah, I think Craig got knocked out in the first round.
It's the same thing this year. This was my Final Four. I had I had Gonzaga, Murray State, I had Arizona, and I had Iowa State.
Oh God, Doug, what are we doing?
And you want to hear my Elite Eight?
Sure, why not?
I had Providence versus Iowa State.
Oh man,
I had
it's a disaster waiting to happen already.
I had Arizona versus Tennessee. I had Murray State versus.
You're in Murray State going far.
Yeah, the Final Four. I had Murray State versus.
Murray State lost to St. Peter's.
Yeah, I had Murray State versus St. Mary's. And then in my West, I had Gonzaga versus Davidson.
Oh man.
So I don't know what I was thinking.
Yeah, don't worry about my national championship. 1 out of 2 is still in play. I picked Kentucky for my second national championship team, but St. Peter's has something to say about that in the round of 64.
So we actually have a comment from someone. His name is Julio. He says, "You got work tomorrow. Go to bed."
Yeah, Doug, what are you doing? Go to bed.
I start at 8:30 tomorrow.
Oh well, yes, you gotta get some shut eye. Get your 8 hours in.
My 8 hours of sleep. I'm lucky if I get 6. But I still go to work. So, do you remember your Final Four?
I don't remember much of it. I know it was. I believe I had Kentucky and Iowa or something along those lines. I know I had Kansas in a national championship game, so I have that going for me right now. They're still in play. I know I had Kentucky in the national championship game, but they're obviously out. Yeah, I don't know what happened to Kentucky.
I actually had Chattanooga beating Illinois.
Was that a win, Chattanooga? I think.
No, they lost by 1.
Oh man, so yeah, your entire bracket was a disaster. From what it sounds like.
Yeah, I had UAB advancing. I had Loyola Chicago advancing.
Yeah, it's Loyola Chicago was not feeling the magic this year.
I had Montana State advancing. They got killed against Texas Tech. Yeah, it wasn't looking good this year.
Yeah, well, I had a feeling coming into this tournament there was going to be a lot of upsets, and clearly
No one
there
through
were.
St. Peter's.
I mean, yeah, nothing bigger than St. Peter's. Nothing bigger at all. I mean, quite possibly this is probably one of the best runs and maybe the best run
Probably.
in NCAA tournament history. When
Oh,
all is said and
I
done.
think so. I think so for sure. So let's get to Duke. Do you think this is going to be how Mike goes out as a champion?
Well, I mean, here's the thing about this. First of all, this is the very first matchup ever between
Yeah.
North Carolina and Duke. As hard as that is to believe, as many times they met in the regular
I
season.
think it would have been better if it was the national championship.
Yeah, oh man, that would have been sweet. But it is what it is. Boy, just remember, North Carolina in the regular season finale, they beat Duke in Cameron Indoor Stadium, Mike and Coach K's final home game, and completely ruined everything for him. I mean, Duke had this big celebration prepared. Oh, go out with a win over your
Yeah.
biggest rival, and North Carolina came in and just ruined the entire night for that Duke Blue Devil team.
Hubert Davis.
Yeah, Hubert Davis definitely, but.
And he
This is
just got hired, right?
Yeah, a few years ago, Roy Williams retired.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been there for I believe 2-3 years now, I believe. But he's done a hell of a job.
He has, for sure.
Kept that program going back to the Final Four on the verge of another national championship appearance.
Yeah, I think Duke or UNC is going to win it all. I don't see Kansas or Villanova coming out on top.
Well, yeah, that other game, Kansas Villanova, should be really good. Think about Duke is this: they got a young prospect by the name of Paolo Banchero, possibly a top 5 pick in next year's NBA draft. Very good playmaker. Certainly, can shoot the 3-ball well. Good rebounder. So he's definitely going to be the player to watch in this game. From North Carolina, R.J. Davis, a 3-point shot maker for them. Certainly, it's gonna be a good matchup for Duke all around. Actually, I'm sorry, R.J. Davis plays for Duke. Actually, I'm sorry about that. But all around, Duke's got a very good team. So it's going to be a challenge for North Carolina.
I think it's going to be for sure. I think it's going to be I think that game between Kansas and Villanova is going to be embarrassing.
Embarrassing for which side?
Kansas.
You
I
think-
don't see them winning.
You don't see them winning?
No, I think Villanova is just going to come out and
I know.
open up the floodgates. I don't see it being an exciting game.
I mean,
Which
it
is
could.
why-
Here's the thing: Kansas they score a lot of points, bro. A lot of points. They're a very good shooting team.
Yeah, but they had an easy run.
They did. They did have an easy run to the
So
Final Four.
that's why I think it's going to be Duke or North Carolina to win it all. I don't see anyone else winning it.
Possibly, yeah. I could see that scenario too. North Carolina right now though is in such a they're in the zone right now.
Yeah.
The way I understand it's St. Peter's and everything, but still the way they played them after how I mean that was a very solid performance all around, and you can see their confidence growing game after game. So North Carolina certainly I think has a major chance, and like I said, it would be poetic justice if North Carolina of all teams can knock out Coach K in his final season.
That would be a storyline.
They ruined his regular season finale.
We're going to ruin your championship.
We're gonna ruin your last championship run. Oh, the Tar Heel Nation would go berserk if
For
Duke,
sure
if they
they
beat
would.
Duke. Honestly, they might consider that their own national championship.
For sure.
That certainly would be something.
Yeah, I think so. Again, if you're just joining us, we got Jeffrey Byrnes on. If you want to give us a call, you can. You can call my personal number or call the show podcast number at 732-806-1911 or tweet us at Real Doug Saravo at Jeff Byrnes 96 or follow us on all social media platforms, Saravo Broadcasting. You can follow us on all your podcast applications, YouTube and Facebook Live, Saravo Broadcasting, The Doug Saravo Show, which is brought to you by Stutz Betting. Bet like Michael Lepore. Again, if you're just joining us and you're reading the ticker at the bottom, a few of the updates that we have going around in the world of sports is Kyrie Irving makes his New York City debut after vaccine mandate. Hughes scores 2 and Devils win over the Canadiens. the Final Four is set. And you're going to see Duke versus North Carolina. You're going to see Kansas play Villanova. And Albert Pujols returns to where it started in St. Louis. And we're going to discuss Major League Baseball after this quick commercial break. And LeBron James reaches 39,000 points. LeBron James, one of the best of all time, despite his 4-6 finals record. We'll be right back. The Doug Strabo Show, which is brought to you by Stutz Betting. Bet like Michael Lepore. My voice is shot from that double victory, and I hope we have more nights like that, Jeffrey, especially next week when I take your brother to see the Devils and the Rangers. It's going to be great.
That's, hopefully.
That's going to be great.
Hopefully your voice is completely gone after that game.
Yeah, I hope so. But then I can't do my show, so
yeah,
it's
well,
like... All right, we'll be right back. Quick commercial break brought to you by Strabo Broadcasting. All right, we are back on the Doug Strabo Show, which is brought to you by Stutz Betting. Bet like Michael Lepore. Baseball is just a week away, Jeff. Are you excited for some Major League Baseball? And how about them Tampa Bay Rays? We're going to win the division again.
You sure about that?
Yeah, enjoy fourth place.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, actually. But, I am excited for baseball to come back. Feels like it's been too long. Certainly the lockout was took a lot of air out of the air to balloon, but luckily they were able to come to a deal. Now we got some baseball, and thankfully it's a full 162.
Oh, it is?
Yes, it is a full 162. There's going to be double headers later on in the season. I believe towards the end of the season. So to make up for the
It is a full 162?
Yes, it is.
I didn't even know that. I thought it was going to be like 150, 140, but it's 162.
Yep, 162.
All right, that's pretty cool. I didn't know that. Thank you for telling me. So let's start with the American League East. Tampa Bay, we brought in Corey Kluber. Red Sox brought in Trevor Story. Toronto brought in Matt Chapman. Yankees brought in Josh Donaldson. Who do you think's going to win this American League East?
Well,
and you know what? I'm going to write down our predictions to see what we have correct at the end of October.
Well, listen, I'll say this. I understand, Yankees and everything. They're Vegas and all the teams have the Yankees up there on the top
pen,
10
right?
choices. Do have a pen. Here you go, sir.
All right,
And
cool.
to be honest, I don't know if I'm really all that confident in the Yankees this year.
Good.
Yeah. Oh, good, huh?
Yeah, good.
You're happy about that? You're thrilled?
Yeah, I'm happy. I'm excited.
Oh, you're excited? Oh, good for you. Well, listen. Here's the thing. Here's the thing about the Yankees, real quick. The biggest move they made this offseason, as you said, they're getting Josh Donaldson, but they traded away Gary Sanchez, which I think was the best move for them. It was time for him to go. I mean, the fan base has had enough. Certainly sounds like the organization has had enough.
Jeffrey Byrnes had enough.
Yeah, Jeffrey Byrnes did have enough, yes. But, listen, that ship had sailed. But the thing with the Yankees is this. I wasn't mad that the Yankees didn't get Carlos Correa, to be honest. I thought his price tag would be too high. I was a little upset that the Trevor Story went to the Red Sox. Honestly, I think you should be too. But as a Rays fan.
Nah.
But, you don't mind Trevor Story?
He's all right. He played in Colorado.
Yeah, well, all right. Colorado players can go elsewhere and succeed. But, who do we get? Isaiah Connor Falefa. Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah.
Great. That's good.
Oh, is it? No, not good. Here's the thing. He's actually a very good defensive shortstop, but he's not known for his bat, so we'll see what happens there. All in all, listen, I'm a little worried about the Yankees. I'm not liking their offensive depth, their pitching rotation. I mean, with Garrett Cole. The team I'm actually worried about the most in the East is the Toronto Blue Jays, because they had a very good offseason this year. Trading for Matt Chapman, upping, the players they already have with Guerrero, Bichette, George Springer. Excuse me. But
That's why I had our producer get us water.
Good thing. Oh, I'm joking over here.
I thought maybe someone hacked the phone.
See, this is what happens when you talk too much. But
Yeah.
all right, I'm good now. Anyway, look, the Toronto Blue Jays are going to be a very good team this year. I think if you're as a Rays fan, a Yankees fan, I think we should be worried about them because they came close to a wild card last year. They were 91-71.
They don't have the pitching.
They don't have the pitching. Hyun-Jin Ryu, Jose Barrios.
They don't have the pitching.
I
said that last year. They don't have the pitching.
Listen, I think you're underestimating them, Doug.
Nah.
I keep this in mind too.
Who's their bullpen? Come on.
Who's their bullpen? Listen, I think you're underestimating them, Doug. I think they're going to be a very good team this year.
All right, so I assume I should be writing down the Blue Jays for you.
Yeah, give me the Toronto Blue Jays. Why not?
All right,
Yeah.
Jeffrey's going with the Toronto Blue Jays.
I keep this in mind too. One last thing about this. Just like New York City, Toronto has this thing called a private sector mandate. So if you're an unvaccinated player, you can't go and play in Toronto. So there's a very good chance that if you're a Yankees player and you're unvaccinated, you're not playing in Toronto. If you're a Red Sox player and you're not vaccinated,
What
you're not
happened
playing
to
in
free
Toronto.
will?
What happened to free will? Listen, that whole mandate is just a complete nonsense to me. I mean, listen, I got the vaccine. I'm a proponent for the vaccine. I want people to get it, but look, I think it was a dumb rule to begin with. But
What difference does it make if Kyrie Irving gets to play in New York City, but a firefighter can't go to work?
I don't know. Like I said, it was a stupid rule to begin with. But listen, and just like, by the way, you're a Rays player, but you're not vaccinated, and you go to Toronto, you can't play.
They'll take it away.
They'll take it away. You sure about that?
Yeah, money talks.
But money does talk. That's Steve Cohen. But
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
yeah, give me the Toronto Blue Jays in the AL East.
All right, so Jeff has Toronto. I have Tampa Bay.
Of course, no surprise there.
What do you mean no surprise there?
I don't know, Doug. I mean, you're sitting in front of me. You got Rays gear all over the place. I mean, you've been a Rays fan your whole life. I mean, listen, I'll say this. The Rays are a very good team. They are absolutely going to be contenders again in the American League East and in the playoffs. I think they will be a playoff team regardless. But they're going to be hot and center once again.
Yeah,
so.
look at the facts. The facts are right there. 100 wins last year.
I'm telling you the facts.
You got
They're
a
gonna be
young
good.
guy in Wander Franco. You got
Wander Franco's so
Corey Kluber, gonna be a Cy Young candidate.
good. Cy Young candidate. He was hurt 3/4 of the year.
Yeah,
last
but
year.
he's gonna rejuvenate.
He also threw a no hitter too. Keep that in mind.
Yeah, he's gonna rejuvenate. Corey Kluber.
That was a fun day.
I can't wait for that. Oh, guy, the pitch in Tampa. It's gonna be a great season. World Series champs. It's a process. You know, you start with, making the playoffs 2019, losing in 2020 to. No,
Dodgers.
2019 you lost to the Astros. 2020 go to the World Series, lose.
Yeah,
Last year,
Dodgers.
devastating loss. Here we go. We're back. Gonna win 100 games, maybe 97 to win the division.
I can see about that. I think it's going to take over
And
100 games to win this
it
division.
all. So AL Central, I am going with the Detroit Tigers.
Ooh,
They're going to
wow.
surprise a lot of people. They're young. They're on the rise. They bring in Javi Baez. You get people on base, and he hits.
That's a good pick. That's a good pick. I
Tigers,
like that.
baby. They're going to surprise a lot of people.
I agree.
But it's going to be like one of those 87, 88 wins that win
Yeah,
the division.
it's going to take between, I think, 86 to 90 wins for that division. I still think it's going to be the White Sox. I think that team is still good enough. The Tigers, I can see them definitely surprising. I just think with the White Sox, with their star power on the plate and the pitcher's box, but I think they're way too strong right now. So
Yeah.
I'll take the White Sox. The Tigers, I think they'll be in contention for a wild card this year. Certainly.
AL West, Jeff. Who do you got?
I think it'll be the Astros again. I think the Astros, I think, are still too good. What do you mean? What do you got? The Angels?
Yeah, I do got the Angels.
What's it?
Noah
Here's-
Syndergaard, and
Yeah.
then you got Shohei Ohtani,
What's it?
And then you got
Ohtani's
Trout,
a great player. What's it?
Rendon.
Can Mike Trout stay
Something's
healthy?
got to
though?
give in L.A. eventually.
Eventually, listen, the Angels are wasting Mike Trout's prime. And listen,
For now, just wait. 2022.
here's the thing: can Mike Trout stay healthy though? I mean, because remember, he had a hamstring injury that said it'll be a month before he comes back. He didn't return at all that season, so he has to stay healthy in order for this team to go far. Anthony Rendon had a pretty disappointing season last year for the Angels, so he's going to have to step up too. I mean, you can't keep just relying on Shohei Ohtani.
All right, let's go to the NL East. Who do you got?
This, honestly, I think is going to be. I mean, I like the Mets a lot. I think the Phillies also got really good. Just picking up Nick Castellanos. Kyle Schwarber now is there. So I think their bullpen's still a major problem, though. So I'm going to take the Mets in the NL East. Certainly their pitching is really good. Upgraded their hitting. I mean, there should be no excuses for the Mets this year. None.
I am going with the New York Mets, baby.
Yeah.
This is their year.
It has to be.
They got a great manager. You got Jake. You got Chris Bassett. You got Scherzer, Seth Lugo, Edwin Diaz.
Yeah.
The lineup is there. The Mets are going to run away with that division.
Yeah. Anything short, in my opinion, from the Mets, anything short of an NL East title or at least an NLCS appearance is a massive disappointment this season. Massive.
All right, let's go to NL Central. I'm going with the Cardinals.
Going to Cardinals. Honestly, we agree again. I like the Cardinals too. I love the fact that they're bringing back Albert Pujols. I know he's early 40s.
I think this is it.
I think this is it for him too, and
it's
pretty cool.
Or does he try to break Bonds' record and get 756?
Where is he at right now?
20 home runs away from 700.
Oof.
So that's going to be like.
Well, he's not going
65.
to break Bonds' record. Can he get to 700 though? I think that's going to be the big question this year.
And if he does, he is the home run king.
Yeah, I mean he's definitely one of the greatest players of all time, a first ballot Hall of Famer for sure.
Yeah,
For sure, absolutely.
All right, NL West.
NL West. I hate the fact that Fernando Tatis is hurt again for this squad. So the Dodgers adding Freddie Freeman is huge for them. So give me the Dodgers once again.
I am going with, surprisingly, Jeff. I'm going with the Arizona Diamondbacks. No, I'm going with the San Francisco.
Wait a minute. I'm like, time out. Wait a minute.
I'm going with the San Francisco Giants.
The Diamondbacks might be contentious for the first overall pick.
I don't like the Dodgers pitching rotation.
I mean, yeah, that's understandable. I mean, they did bring back Kershaw, but how much does he have left in the tank?
Mm-hmm.
Here's the thing about the Giants too. They lost. I mean, Chris Bryant's gone in free agency. Kevin Guzman, they lost him in free agency. He went to the Blue Jays. So my question to you is, were they just a one-hit wonder? I mean, is this team truly for real? I mean, Buster Posey, remember, he's no longer there either. So I think they're a very interesting team. It's hard for me to see them though, like doing the same they did last year, back-to-back years.
All right, so I'm a little lost.
What are you lost about?
Those are 12 teams, isn't it? A 12-team playoff.
12-team playoff. Yeah, I believe it is a 12-team playoff this year.
So we have 12 teams though that we.
Right,
those are 12 teams total. We both picked six teams.
All right, so remember, there's
so how many wild cards are there going to be?
Let's see. I believe there's 6. So I believe there should be 6 wild card teams, right? I believe so.
That's how it's going to work?
Yeah, they got the division winners. Let's see.
Hold on, because now I'm like confused how this is going to work. You got the 6 teams, right?
Yes.
So you're going to have 6 division winners. All right, hold on, because this is confusing me. 2022, let's see. 2022 MLB playoff format. All right, let's see. All 6 division winners will earn playoff berths.
I believe if I remember correctly, I believe the team with the best record gets a first round bye, if I'm not mistaken.
Because I'm trying to think how we're gonna pick wild card teams.
Well, keep this in mind too for the wild card. You got. I think the AL East has possibility of producing the most wild card teams.
Let's pick just to play it safe. Let's pick 4. Let's do this because I want to pick a few wild card teams. So give me your top 3 teams that could surprise people.
All right, so you're saying for the wild card this year, right?
Yeah,
Or
let's just do your 3 top teams that could surprise people. I don't know how it's going to work.
all right, so I'll pick the Rays as the wild card team. That's my first wild card team.
You mean division?
I mean, well, my division winner is the Blue Jays, so I'm just going off of that. My second wild card team, I'll be the Minnesota Twins. They'll be my second.
All right.
And the third, let's see. I think it could come possibly down to a 1-game playoff between the Yankees and Red Sox again. That's the problem, because those two teams, the AL East is so loaded. I think the top 4 is going to be scrambling for division title / wild card.
Yeah.
So, we'll go with the Yankees, last wild card team. Why not?
All right. What about for the National League?
National League, I'll go with the Giants, first wild card team. Second wild card team, I'll go with the Milwaukee Brewers. And my third team, I will go, excuse me, with the Philadelphia Phillies.
All right. I got the Phillies, the Dodgers, and the Reds for my 3 wild card teams.
Bold choice with the Reds.
And then I got
Not in the good way.
the White Sox, the Astros, and the Blue Jays.
Okay.
So I think that should be interesting.
Yeah, I mean, the whole new collective bargaining agreement changed around a lot, like with the playoff formats, with the.
Is that what they were arguing about?
There were a lot of factors. I think they were arguing over the luxury tax in baseball. They were also arguing, but I think the playoff format certainly played a role in this lockout extending a little bit. further, too.
Yeah.
But the luxury tax was the big issue, and they were able to get it raised up. So ultimately, they got to an agreement, and we got a baseball season, so we're good to go.
Again, if you're just joining us, this is the Doug Saravo Show, which is brought to you by Stutz Betting, bet like Michael Lepore. You want to give us a call us at 732-806-1911. Tweet us at Real Doug Saravo, at Jeff Byrnes 96, or follow us on all social media, Saravo Broadcasting. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and then when we come back, it's time for Lepore Betting. We got Jeffrey Byrnes on the show. Today is Monday, March 28th, 2022. Appreciate all your support, and thank you for supporting the Doug Saravo Show, Saravo Broadcasting, and all those involved with Saravo Broadcasting. We'll be right back. Once I play the commercial, we'll be right back. Be one of those teams that go on a run and, play the Pittsburgh Penguins in the Stanley Cup final. I mean, that would be a great storyline, seeing Fleury versus his old team.
Jason Tatum. So Boston not only won that deal, but they got a possible superstar in Jason Tatum.
Betting. It was named after you because you are probably known for losing a lot of bets, especially when it comes to the horse
My
racing.
lightning 5 picks. These are the ones I like. I mean, I love them. In my picks, you'll hear them later on.
Yeah,
that is my best bet.
You'll hear it in Stutz Betting.
Yes, that is my best bet.
All right, we are back on the Doug Saravo Show, which is brought to you by Stutz Betting, bet like Michael Lepore. It is now time for Lepore betting, and I'm going to look at the odds for the World Series winners. And just give me a minute to pull it up.
I think you'll see some familiar teams at the top of that list.
Oh, for sure. I did a bet a while ago for the Bengals to win the Super Bowl.
Oh, did you? Ah, well,
Yeah,
came close.
It came close. It was way before the Bengals played the Chiefs, but I actually did it on my show. I called it Bengals Niners Super Bowl. I was close.
Yeah, well, it was almost was there.
All right, so I'm looking at the odds for the World Series. Surprisingly, the Giants dropped. They're plus 2,500.
Ooh, that's a good bet.
Cardinals are plus 2,500. Phillies are plus 3,000. You got, and now the top dogs. You got the Dodgers at plus 500, the Astros at plus 1,000, Blue Jays plus 1,000, Yankees plus 1,100, Mets plus 1,100, White Sox plus 1,200, Braves plus 1,200, Tampa Bay Rays plus 1,500, Brewers plus 1,600, Red Sox, Padres plus 1,800. So who would be the best bet, and who would be the surprise bet to win the World Series?
Really quick, actually, you said the Braves, the Atlanta Braves, they were plus 1,300, if I'm not mistaken.
They are plus 1,200.
Plus 1,200. Okay, I take that bet.
Yeah, you think that's the surprise bet, the best
I think
bet?
that'd be a surprise bet. I actually didn't include them in one of my wild card teams. But I think they'll be right there. And if they do get it, I think they could be dangerous again. Yes, they did lose Freddie Freeman,
Yeah,
but
they did. That's huge.
But they did trade for Matt Olson, which is
that does help. That helps.
That is not a bad replacement. They
But
just gave him a monster contract.
I think when you have Max Scherzer back in that division with Jacob deGrom, it's going to be hard.
it's certainly it's going to be hard. I mean, yeah, the entire NL East was not very happy when Max Scherzer came back, to say the least. But listen, the Braves are still a good team. I think they're
They're decent.
They're a good team. Freddie Freeman left. They got Matt Olson. The pitching depth is still very good. They still got a good chunk of that team is back from the World Series run last year. So, they got hot at the right time last year, and I feel like that can happen again. So, if they get into the playoffs again, they could be a dangerous team. So, plus 1,200 on the Braves I think it's a very good bet.
What about a risky bet? Or would you maybe do plus 2,500 Cardinals? Now that they have
that's a very risky
now
bet.
that they have Albert Pujols, would you do that?
Well, I mean, other than Pujols, they still have a very good team around them. I believe Jack Flaherty is going to miss the beginning portion of the season. I think he's come down with an injury, but Matt Carpenter's still going good. Yanni Molina is still playing at a high level, but I mean, Nolan Arenado. I mean, they're still on that club. He's playing at a very high level, so I think the Cardinals plus 2,500. That's a pretty good bet as well. So I think they could definitely sneak into a playoff spot, and they came close to a World Series appearance a couple years ago. Won't surprise me if they get back there again.
What about Tampa Bay plus 1,500?
I'm a little surprised it's that high, to be honest. I would have thought they would be a little lower than that. Play plus 1,000, plus 1,100, somewhere around there.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now. There's like no runaway favorite. You got the Dodgers at plus 500, but then you have like 6 teams within the 1,000 plus 1,200 range.
I don't think there's a clear-cut standout. I mean, the Dodgers certainly are. They're always going to be right there. They got an all-star team all around it. Plus, the addition of Freddie Freeman certainly helps them. But yeah, the Tampa Bay Rays at plus 1,500. That's surprising. I take that bet, honestly. I actually would take that bet. I know you would, but that's a pretty good bet.
It is
At 1,500. Not gonna lie. Actually, I kind of like that bet. I'm saying that as a Yankee fan, but 1,500 is a good number.
Let's see what else you got. National League winner, you got the Dodgers at plus 240, Mets at plus 500. And then the third favorite is actually the Atlanta Braves at plus 550. American League, you got the Astros at plus 450. And then you got the Blue Jays, the Yankees, and the White Sox at plus 550.
Think about the Astros. I believe I picked them to win the division. But the question is going to be, how good is that team going to be now without Carlos Correa? This is the second offseason in a row where they lose the top free agent, George Springer, and now Carlos Correa. So it's going to be interesting to see what they can do this year. Dusty Baker came back, so obviously they still got the manager in place to right the ship. Jose Altuve still playing at a high level. So the Astros, in one way, shape, or form, are going to be contenders again this year. So
what do you think about this? You got Ketel Marte plus 2,700. Regular season hits leader.
That's very hits leader. It's not a bad pick. I believe he just signed a contract extension too with Arizona.
Yeah, he did.
Right?
I think yesterday.
Yeah, just yesterday. So he's got a little fresh motivation on his belt. So I could see him being a hits leader. Yeah, I think Marte too at about 2,500. Who's the top favorite in that one?
Looks like it's just Cattell. Wait, hold on. Let's see if I get more. Yeah, it's just Cattell saying plus 2,700.
Okay.
Let me do a search. Yeah, it just says Cattell. I guess that's just like, hey, let's do this. Oh, you got Marte plus 2,700. Wait, hold on. Let's see. Yeah, I don't see anything else. Oh wait, you got Rookie of the Year, strikeout. All right, here we go. Hits leader. Trey Turner, it looks like, is the favorite, plus 1,000.
Okay. Well, Trey Turner's always good for a hit.
Cy Young winner, you got Garrett Cole from the American League, DeGrom from the
Garrett
National
Cole?
League. Yeah,
Does he have sticky stuff?
plus 350.
Unless he has sticky stuff, he ain't winning it. But I mean, here's the thing: Jacob DeGrom certainly is going to be contention for the Cy Young again this year if he can stay healthy. He was well on his way to winning it last year, but he got hurt in the middle of the season.
Uh-huh.
I mean, Max Scherzer's there too, so I think it could come down to the two Met players, which would be interesting.
Probably Max and DeGrom.
Yeah, it's like DeGrom has to stay healthy though.
Yeah, everything has to go their way in order for that to not work out.
In the American League, it could be Corey Kluber. That's
Corey.
Could be Corey Kluber.
It will be
You think
Corey
so?
Kluber.
Could be. I don't know.
It will be.
I don't know.
It will be Corey Kluber.
Yeah, how funny would that be if it's Corey Kluber?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I
got him marked down on my podcast right now. Corey Kluber.
Would be nice if Garrett Cole could, actually be consistent, but
Yeah, nice contract.
yeah, nice contract. $36 million to blow the wild card game last year. Thanks.
So we're talking about blowing right now.
Wait, whoa. No, we're not.
No, you're talking about blowing the wild card game. So I'm.
You could have
I
worded
want
that a
to
little
talk
bit
about
better.
what will happen to the Mets that will blow their chances at winning a World Series, winning a playoff round. What will blow their chances? DeGrom not being healthy, Diaz blowing saves. What would not go their way this year for them to?
Honestly, I think you just named them. I think like you said, DeGrom has to stay healthy. If
Yeah.
the Mets are, I think the Mets are going to go as far as Jacob DeGrom takes them. He's without question the face of that team right now. And listen, ultimately, it's going to come down to the bullpen because way too many times over the last 3-4 years when the Mets should have won games, Edwin Diaz or somebody else in that bullpen has blown games.
He could have. His that year he won the Cy Young the first year. He could have won like 20+ games.
I know. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think Jacob DeGrom actually has 100 wins in his career.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I'm gonna actually look it up right now.
If that's, I believe that's true. If it is, that is awful. That
is terrible.
That is a pathetic shame.
All right, let's take a look. Jacob DeGrom.
But it's ultimately going to come down to Jacob DeGrom and his ability to stay healthy and be
He
consistent.
is 77-53.
Oh my gosh! I'm willing to admit this, Jake. In my lifetime, or at least over the last 10, 15
All right,
years,
let's have a debate. Is he a Hall of Famer
Jacob DeGrom, absolutely. I think so.
with 77 career wins?
It wasn't his fault.
But still, would you say he's a Hall of Famer?
Yeah, I think he ultimately he's going to be a Hall of Famer.
Based on what, though? If you're a voter, based on what?
I mean,
He has 77 wins.
He has 77 wins, but I think he had
No championships.
I know,
nothing.
he has no championships. He did make it a World Series appearance. He does have Cy Young's multiple.
But if you
All-Star
were
appearances.
voting, Jeffrey Byrnes voting.
I think you ultimately got to look at why he didn't go to the World Series, and you got to look at the team that he was around him, ultimately, because he's probably the most dominant pitcher.
Yeah,
in
but
this
some
league.
baseball writers aren't going to care.
Some baseball writers are stupid. I mean,
They're not going to care. They're going to look at this and be like, okay, he's 77-53, Cy Young winner, Rookie of the Year, 4-time All-Star. He made his debut late. He was 25 years old. He's 33 now.
I think DeGrom.
If he retires, what if he retires and he's at
Now, okay, if you,
97 career wins, 100. Is he, you really going to vote for him?
I think DeGrom has maybe 4 or 5 good years left. I'll say this though. I think if he has to cement his status as a Hall of Famer, I think he has to win a World Series.
Yeah.
I think I'll say that.
Because if you're looking at these numbers, 8 years, 9-6, 14-8, 7-8, 15-10, 10-9, 11-8, 4-2, 7-2. That's not a Hall of Fame career.
I mean, but right, if he retires today, probably not a Hall of Famer, but I
This
think
season will show it.
this season I think is going to show it.
I mean,
But
I think he's.
listen, after his career is over, let's say he goes another good 4 or 5 years, he gets multiple, like, let's say he wins another, like, Cy Young or 2, gets another couple All-Star appearances.
I think he's a Hall of Famer,
I
but
think
you're
he
going to
gets
have a
to the Hall of
voter that
Fame,
says no. Look at what has he done? Wow, he had 2 great seasons.
Listen, DeGrom, I think, has the potential to be the most dominant pitcher of his generation. But his own problems is holding him back between the injuries, the inconsistencies with the Mets. I think this is probably the best situation that he's been in with the Mets since his rookie season, to be quite frankly. So right now, or at least it's his World Series run back in 2015. So right now, if Jacob DeGrom is going to go out and prove that he's a Hall of Famer and prove that he is one of the most, if not the most dominant pitcher of his generation, this is the year to do it. Because there's no holding him back now. There's no excuses for him.
All right, the last 2 pitchers inducted. Roy Halladay. 203 career wins. No World Series.
I mean, 200 plus wins is
Mike Mussina, 270 wins. Won a World Series with the Yankees.
You sure about that?
Mike, yeah, he won one with the Yankees, I'm sure.
Pretty sure he came to the Yankees in 2001. And then his last year with the Yankees was 2008. So
Randy Johnson, 303 wins.
Oh, that's easy. Randy Johnson is one of the best pitchers of all time.
Pedro Martinez, 219 wins.
Same there. He's one of the greatest of all time, too.
John Smoltz, 213 wins. There's no one with 80 or 90 career wins in the Hall of Fame.
No, there isn't. Unless, how many does Sandy Koufax have, actually?
Greg Maddux, 355.
Oh, well, I think that's the most ever in baseball history, if I'm not mistaken.
Sandy Koufax, 165.
Okay. So
All right, so maybe if you voted for Koufax, you'd be like, okay, DeGrom's in.
Like I said, I think he's got 4 or 5 years of prime good baseball left in him. And I think he has to win at least one World Series title, maybe win another Cy Young, and if he gets over 100 wins, I think there'll be enough voters to vote him into the Hall.
Is Garrett Cole a Hall of Famer?
He's got a lot to do, in my opinion. He has to win a World Series title for sure. He needs to prove he doesn't need sticky stuff.
Not going to happen.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he needs to prove he doesn't need sticky stuff to actually be an effective pitcher. I mean, I understand it's spring training, but yesterday he did not look particularly great against the Pittsburgh Pirates, of all teams.
Mussina never won a title with the Yankees.
That's what I told you. Yeah, 2001 through 2008 he was with
He
the Yankees.
came and he left early.
Yeah.
So he came in 2001, they lost. He left in 2008,
Yeah.
they won in
He
2009.
came to the Yankees the year after they beat the Mets in the World Series, and he left
That was
the
a
year
rigged
before
World
they beat
Series.
the Phillies in the World Series in 2009.
Mets should have won that, but they blew it.
Yeah, well, whose fault is that?
The league.
The league? Oh, the league?
Yeah, the league.
It's the league's fault.
They blew it.
You don't think maybe the Yankees?
No, there was a
outplayed
few
them?
bad calls.
There was a few bad calls. Hey, you could have debated that, but maybe play better.
No, they did.
They did.
Bullpen blew it, and I think in game 1, Armando Benitez.
Yeah, well, Benitez should not have blown a couple saves.
Yeah, but
Maybe Piazza should hit that ball a little harder in Game 5. Got over the fence. But no, went right to Bertie Williams.
such a bandwagon fan.
I'm absolutely not a bandwagon fan. I've been a Yankees fan since March 9th, 1996. The year I was born.
Happy birthday.
Thanks.
Yeah, but a lot of Yankee fans, they like them because they
Well,
win.
listen, there's a lot of Yankee fans out there. And
Why does everyone have a Yankee hat on?
Because they're allowed to wear wherever they're allowed to wear whatever they want. B, there's a lot of Yankee fans out there who are just homers and fanatics. Then there's the realists who actually understand where this team is right now. And I do my very best to consider myself a realist. And I understand this team right now, the Yankees, are not in the same league with
No,
teams
they're
like the
not.
Rays or the Blue Jays.
Good.
What have the Yankees done this offseason to actually make themselves
What have they
better?
done in the last 20 years?
Well, they did win a World Series in 2009. I mean, it's
2009.
It's one more than the Rays, so keep that in mind.
2009.
2000, yeah, it was 2009. You asked the question, what have they done over the last 20 years? I gave you an answer.
2009.
Yeah, 2009.
Long time ago.
Yeah, it was a long time ago. Would love to get back, but I don't
Didn't
know,
you say
not
the
the way this
Yankees?
roster is right
Didn't
now.
you say the Yankees were going to get Mike Moustakas?
Did I? No. It was first off, it was a rumor that they were going to get Mike Moustakas, and I tweeted out, "Hey, he could be a good fit." So you know what? Just let it go. Let it go, Doug.
Let it go.
Let it go.
I'm just taking some reflection.
Yeah, I'm reflecting too. Did you say the Mets were going to win the World Series in 2018?
On what?
Yeah, you know what? In the podcast we did.
Did I say that?
I believe you did say that. Yeah.
I don't remember.
I will admit, you did say the Red Sox were going to be in that World Series.
Yeah, I said Mets, Red Sox, and
Yeah,
Red
and then you
Sox
said
were
the
going
Mets
to win.
No, you said the Mets were going to win.
I thought I said the Red
I'm
Sox.
pretty sure you said the Mets.
All right, well, we have it. We can play it.
Sure. Actually, hopefully it's the Mets. I could be wrong. I don't know. But I do know that was the World Series match.
Yeah, that was the World Series matchup. I remember that. I think that was the second episode we did, or
That was the second episode.
yeah, the first one we did.
Yeah.
The second one we had Matt on.
Yeah. Did we? Oh, yeah, we did. Yeah.
Yeah,
we
he
did.
called in. And Matt called in. Remember?
Yeah.
It was only 17 minutes.
17.
Yeah, I
That's
remember
okay.
that. Where is Luke Falk, by the way?
Luke Falk. Honestly, I forgot his name until you actually mentioned it to me before.
Yeah,
What?
and Matt brought it up on the show.
I
when he
brought it
called
up. I think he's out of the league because I don't know where he is right now.
CFL?
CFL, XFL, USFL. I don't know. One of these football leagues.
Luke Falk.
Yeah.
I remember that.
You have any interest in the USFL coming up?
Not really.
I mean,
Didn't Donald Trump buy a team for them?
I think the first time when they were back in like the 80s.
I remember that. They
think he
played
bought-
at the Meadowlands or something.
The New Jersey Generals. I
Yeah,
think
that's right.
he
Donald
bought
Trump
that
bought
team.
them. I remember that.
And then, I don't know, he did something weird with them, but I don't know. That league didn't really last that long. But now they're trying to revive it and bring it back, so I don't know how that's going to turn out.
Let's get into politics.
Oh, politics. Oh.
We brought up Donald Trump, so you might as well get into politics.
Why would you do that?
If he doesn't run for office, does he buy a team
Does he
in the USFL?
If he doesn't run for office, does he buy a team in the USFL? Buy the New Jersey Generals. I don't know. You do it again. Did it once before. You can do it again.
Are they coming back to Generals? Is this like
I
the
believe
same
so.
thing as last time? How is this? Is this what? How does this work compared to like the XFL?
Well, I think if I remember correctly, all the teams are actually playing in Alabama, all Birmingham, Alabama. So they're actually playing in like their home stadiums because of COVID for some reason. I don't know. It's stupid, but yeah, there's teams. I think they're getting started in a couple weeks actually.
As well, like no names, like has-beens.
Probably yeah. I think it's just former NFL players, former XFL players. I mean,
So like Johnny Manziel could go there, Daniel Jones could go there.
oh, Daniel Jones will be bound there for sure. I'm sure he'll be in the XFL in like the next year or two.
There was someone in the XFL that played there.
For which team?
I don't remember, and then he went to the NFL.
Who was it? Walker, PJ Walker.
That was it, just PJ Walker. I
Yeah,
thought there was someone else that.
I know he's one. I think he's the only one. I'm pretty sure he's the only one.
Who? Where did Davis Mills come from?
Davis, he was drafted.
He was drafted.
He was drafted from college. I believe he was a third-round pick.
He's gonna be their quarterback.
Yeah, he's gonna be their quarterback this year. He didn't look all that bad. Actually,
looked
down
decent.
the
He
stretch.
looked decent.
He looked decent, like as the season went on. But is he the long-term answer? I don't know. That's gonna be the question for them to decide.
Oh, Taylor Heineke was one.
Oh, that's yeah.
Yeah,
Taylor
that's who I was
Heineke.
thinking of. Taylor Heineke went.
Yeah,
All right,
that's
so
right.
I'm gonna name these quarterbacks. Who's XFL?
Okay.
Let's see if you remember them. Landry Jones,
Oh yeah, I remember Landry Jones. God, what team did you play for?
Steelers and Titans.
That's right. Yeah, he was. Yeah, the Steelers. Yeah.
Josh Johnson.
Yeah, he actually played for the Jets last year.
Yeah,
He did. He actually was the backup to Mike White when Mike White started the game against the Colts, and then Mike White got hurt, and then Josh Johnson came in and threw like 3 touchdown passes.
What about this guy? I think he went to Ohio State. Cardale Jones.
Yep, I remember him too. He was with Washington, I believe, before the XFL disbanded.
PJ Walker. We were just talking
Yeah,
about
PJ
him.
Watt. He was the MVP of that XFL?
Matt McGloin.
Matt
He
McGloin.
played for the Raiders.
Yeah, he did.
Aaron Murray.
Aaron Murray. I don't really remember that name, to be honest.
He played for Georgia, I think.
Yeah, okay. You
Um,
know who belongs in the XFL? Jake Fromm. Remember, Jake Fromm?
yeah, I remember him.
Oh, my God.
JT Barrett.
JT Barrett, remember him?
Yeah, what about Paxton Lynch?
Paxton, oh, God. Paxton Lynch. I think he was a first-round pick for the Broncos.
Yeah, 125.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah. Well, I think they had such terrible quarterback luck since Peyton Manning retired.
Yeah, how do you think?
Yeah, I think Russell Wilson got there.
How do you think Russell Wilson's going to end up? He's going to win a championship, or is this going to be the toughest division he played
I think
in?
the AFC West is going to be the toughest division.
Yeah,
in
I think so,
the entire
too.
NFL. That division is loaded.
You got the Chargers, you got the Chiefs, the Raiders, and the Broncos.
I think the Chargers are going to be a threat to the AFC West.
I think so too. Herbert's good,
Herbert's really good.
and they got
Should be a giant, but that's my
they got a great defense.
opinion. Yeah, if Justin Herbert came out in 2020 and said
Yeah, I
2021,
remember you
he would be
saying
a
that.
giant.
You were saying that a while ago on Twitter. I want Justin Herbert.
Yeah, and guess what? He's turning out exactly as I thought he was going to be. A really good quarterback.
Yeah, he's
Good for the Chargers.
He's phenomenal. 69 touchdown passes, 25 in 2 years. Hey, at least your favorite guy's back.
Who's that?
Thomas Brady.
Thomas? Oh, yeah. That retirement lasted long.
He never retired.
No, he never did. He went to
I
one.
said that to your brother when we went to the Devil game.
He went to one school board meeting and was like, "Yeah, I can't do this parenting thing."
Yeah, he never retired. He never said that. His key word that he never filed his retirement papers. The key word: I am not making this competitive commitment right now.
Yeah, I'm
never
not.
retired.
I'm not surprised one bit that he came
Yeah,
back.
he'll be back. He'll be back next year too.
Yeah, probably. I mean,
Adam Schefter.
God. So I'll say this: in his defense, there were a lot of other reporters too out there saying he was going to retire. So,
But never Tom.
Nah.
So, actually, before we conclude, what do you think about the news that was announced today?
what was announced today?
Kevin Burkhardt is going to be the lead guy for Fox play-by-play, and he's going to have
That's
two
right.
of the next 3 Super Bowls.
Good for him. Yo, I love Kevin Burkhardt. He's a great
I
announcer.
love that guy.
Yeah,
That's
from
going to
the
be
days
great.
from the days as a Mets dugout reporter.
Yeah, remember him on SNY?
Yeah, I do. And now here he is. He's going to call 2 of the next 3 Super Bowls. Good for him.
Kevin Burkhardt.
I know. Is Greg Olson still his broadcasting partner?
I am not sure. Let's see. I just heard about Kevin, but I didn't hear anything else.
Yeah, I wonder if they're going to keep those 2 together because I like those 2 together.
It says Kevin Burkhardt is replacing Joe Buck as Fox lead NFL play-by-play voice.
Speaking of Joe Buck, really quick, there have been, I don't know if you noticed, there's been a lot of announcer turnovers in the sports media. Yeah, Joe Buck, Troy Aikman going to ESPN,
Mm-hmm.
Al Michaels, and I think Kirk Herbstreit are now doing Amazon for Thursday Night Football. So, a lot of changes in the media landscape.
Oh, it says a leading candidate is Greg Olson.
Okay.
So they didn't make the announcement yet, but yeah, Kevin Burkhardt is going to be the guy.
It wouldn't surprise me if it was Greg Olson. They were paired together last year. They did really well together.
All right, so does that mean Joe Buck is still going to call the World Series?
No, I think he's at ESPN full time.
Oh, he is?
I think it's going to be a new guy.
Oh, that'd be cool.
I think the front runner, if it's not Joe Buck, I think the front runner is a guy. His name is Joe Davis. He was, I think, number 2 guy for MLB on Fox. He also does the play-by-play for the Dodgers. out
Yeah, or
west.
give it to the best announcer in baseball,
Yeah. So I mean,
Gary Cohen.
Derek. Ooh, you know what? I can actually see it. That'd be pretty cool.
That would be good. I would like that.
Hey, what? Gary Cohen is a much better. The Mets broadcast team is a lot better than the Yankees broadcast team. That's all I'm gonna say.
You know, your brother used to do impersonations of Susan Waldman and John Sterling.
Who doesn't?
Let's hear it.
Mine?
Yeah, let's hear it.
Yeah. Well, you know, Susan. Yeah, those are high. It is high. It is far. It is God. Oh no! Wait, no. Oh, he actually caught it at the warning track. Yeah. Oh, John, how could you mess that up again?
Oh, I love that. I love them. Remember?
I love John and Susan. They're so amazing.
Remember of what's his name? Craig Carton. He would do it on the show.
Yeah, I know.
Carton.
I know.
Of all the dramatic things.
Yeah. Listen, no, John Sterling's still going at it. He's 80 years old
Yeah.
this year. He's still going at it, man. Good for him.
Yeah, unfortunately, he won't call World Series again.
I know. Well, my hope for him is he gets one last run at it, but I don't know.
All right, Jeff, it's been a pleasure. You got any final thoughts? Leave our audience.
Well, Doug, thanks for having me on, man. It's really great to
Yeah.
be back. You know,
In the
good
studio
times.
now, the official studio.
Hopefully the weather warms up a little bit. We're getting to April for what are we doing here? Let's go.
Yeah, can't wait. Baseball, baby.
Yeah, baseball's coming back. You know, spring is coming. Soon turns to summer, and things looking up.
And then will be the show comes out next week. I can't wait.
How's it? Oh, good.
Yeah, we got new announcers. Matty V, Matt Vashkurzen.
Nice.
10 years, I think. He's like 13 plus years as the play-by-play guy. Now they got John Sciambi, Book.
Oh, do they?
He does the radio games on ESPN.
Oh, very nice.
So I can't wait to play that game, add my custom music, all that good stuff.
Yeah. Oh, really quick before we go. Speaking of ESPN, are they doing like a Manning cast style for baseball with A-Rod? Did I hear that right?
I don't know. Let me look that up.
I think if they're doing that, that would be a terrible idea.
You heard? Where did you hear that?
I think who was it? I think somebody in the New York Post, like Andrew Marsh.
Wait, here, let's see.
Marsh,
A-Rod Manning.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Please tell me I'm wrong. I want to be wrong.
Michael K. Alex. This was all in January. Michael K. Alex Rodriguez to team up for ESPN Manning Cast. Alex Rodriguez to get his own Manning Cast Impossible. ESPN Shake Up.
Oh my
ESPN considering Alex Rodriguez Manning Cast show. Yeah, that's true.
Why? No, why are they doing
A-Rod, Michael
Alex
K. to
Rodriguez
host
down our
Manning
throats?
Cast like show on ESPN. ESPN pairing Alex Rodriguez with Michael K. on Sunday Night Baseball,
Oh my gosh.
which I did hear that.
I did hear that.
There's another one. Yankees and Michael K. to join Alex Rodriguez on ESPN and will be broadcast.
Oh boy.
ESPN's Alex Rodriguez Manning Cast will include Yankees broadcaster. Report says. So yeah, it looks like this is true.
Oh my gosh.
A-Rod for
why
the
are they
Manning
jamming
Cast.
A-Rod down our throats?
ESPN considers A-Rod's Sunday show to echo Monday Night Football's Manning Cast.
Listen, A-Rod was a great player and everything. I'm sure he's a nice guy and all, but I mean, what are we doing here?
The Doug Sarabo Show.
Yeah, go to the credits.
Yeah, it looks real.
Fantastic.
All right, thank you for joining us on the Doug Sarabo Show, which is brought to you by Stutz Betting, bet like Michael Lepore. Jeffrey Byrnes came back for his third show. Fourth show. We did the first two at CSB.
Yep.
We did one in the kitchen,
Yeah.
and
Now
now
we're
we're
in the studio.
now we're in the studio, the official Sarabo Broadcasting studio. We also have the Sarabo Broadcasting
Going big.
Sarabo Broadcasting Rose Garden outside.
We got Rose Garden outside.
Yeah, when I do like press conferences.
Okay,
we got,
I got you.
we got
Okay.
all this
Okay.
good stuff going. I'm emceeing I'm emceeing the Falcons banquet in April. I'm going to an event this Saturday for Marilyn Israel. Helped her with her campaign. So a lot of great stuff going on in the world of Sarabo Broadcasting.
Very good. Very good.
Jeffrey Byrnes back for his fourth episode. He'll be back in the future again. Hopefully it's not like a within a year time frame.
Yeah, hopefully we can get something closer along those lines. Yeah, well, thank you very much for having me on, Doug. Really appreciate it. It was a lot of fun.
Appreciate it, Jeff. An hour and 24 minutes. Not bad. All right. Take care, guys. The Doug Sarabo Show, which is brought to you by Stutz Betting.
Peace.
Bet like Michael Lepore. Take care. And let's go race.